Matthew Stafford, addressed over the weekend one of the sneaky big stories in the NFL. It's not like Deshaun Watson stuff, but it's gradually building. Stafford, who's always been kind of low-key, I think tried his best over the weekend to get people to back off a little bit. Right. Here he is talking about the tendinitis in his elbow.
I don't know. I just have a little soreness. We're working through it. I felt pretty good today. Thought it looked pretty good. But just trying to be smart with it and make me feel as good as I can feel going into week one and while still getting as many reps as I can too. I'm just going through something that is irritating, at the moment. But I'm working through it. We got a great plan. I'm feeling stronger every time I come out here and throw. I don't know if you guys were watching, it felt like I could make any throw I wanted to today. And just trying to be smart when I get those opportunities and make sure I can come out here, cut it loose, turn it loose, like I did today, and go from there. I don't know if it's a baseball or a football injury. I'm currently play football, so I guess it's on a football player, so it's a football injury at this point. But I'm not really too worried about what it's called or whether it's abnormal or not or whatever. I'm worried about here today, how did I feel? Let's continue to progress and get better.
I mean, it's encouraging when you hear it from him, but again, he's not participating in team drills. And Chris, you explained this very well last week. And yes, there's a great throw. That's fine. But there's a different urgency. Yeah. There's a different everything when you've got 11 on 11 and you're looking for that guy to get open. And as you said last week, you may put a little more on it.
Right.
You're whipping your arm a little bit harder.
Body's in a different position.
Right. And it's going to be more likely to cause you elbow pain.
Yeah, and it's a big deal. It is. I mean, you're right. It's the Super Bowl champs. It's, a damn good quarterback who's one of the 10 best in football and came there and brought that team over the top. And it's been a whole off season of, wait, we'll rest it and then it'll get better. Wait, we rested it for 6 months and we're still not better. We're still dealing with it. I think it's encouraging that you see he can make those throws. That at least lets me know, oh, wow, okay, it's there, but obviously this is an issue. And, I know there was a lot of, raving reviews. I think that was the Saturday practice, or maybe that was Friday. I can't remember.
Saturday,
it was Saturday. Yeah, I mean, there was a few throws throughout social media that were very impressive. But, yeah, this is, again, one of those things that, you got to be ready to throw it maybe 50 times week one. And like you said, really put all, everything you got into some of these throws and having your feet cockeyed and now, wait, I got to throw really with all arm here on a 20-yard crossing route to Van Jefferson or Cooper Kupp. And that's what you worry about. So hopefully, they can get that healed and figured out. From people I've heard around that situation out there, he's seeing some baseball people in the baseball world to get it fixed. I always think, well, gosh, he's in L.A. and he went to high school with Clayton Kershaw, so certainly he knows somebody out there that knows how to deal with some tendinitis in the elbow because, like McVay said on Thursday, it is typically more of a, baseball thing. You see it from time to time in football. And baseball's Tommy John surgery. You see 2 or 3 guys on every baseball team every year almost sometimes. Football, through the test of time, I think we were talking about this last week. All I can remember is Ben Roethlisberger, Jake Delhomme, right? And am I missing any? Terry Bradshaw. Other than that, I've never heard of anybody really having the ligaments torn or anything like that. Sore arm, sore elbow. Brett Favre, I remember he had it one year and dealt with it a little bit. But it is unusual for a quarterback to be dealing with it quite to the extent maybe a baseball player usually would.
Second straight year we've got a starting quarterback in the NFL with a baseball-type injury. Last year, Dak Prescott had the deep lat muscle back injury, as we thought, overcompensating because he doesn't fully trust the ankle, maybe put more of his body into the throws because his base isn't 100%. That's a point that you make all the time. When you have one area that isn't working the way that it should, stress gets put somewhere else, and you can get a problem somewhere else when the real problem is something else altogether.
No question.
And look, Stafford exuded kind of a casual, cool nonchalance about the whole thing that was more persuasive than the perpetual Sean McVay glass half full, everything's fine, Chris, everything's fine, Mike, everything's fine, everyone. I wasn't buying that. I'd buy it a little bit more from Stafford.
Yeah.
Unless he that's just his way, even if he knows, we got a problem with his elbow.
He's a cool customer, there's no question. But I think, like you and I are always into reading tells, reading body language. And I did not come away with that going, oh, that guy's BS. That's full of crap, and he's stumbling over some words and doesn't know how to quite answer that. It did seem like a guy that was like, hey, I'm okay. It's annoying. I'm dealing with it. It's not perfect, but I'm going to be okay. And hopefully they can get to the bottom of it. Yeah, Mike, I had it once in my life. And you know why I had it? Because I had a 10-inch scar going down the middle of my stomach. And I was that next year after I lost my spleen, got to camp, and I was like, damn, my elbow was hurting, my shoulder was hurting, and I was just slowly falling apart. And, of course, yes, at the end of the day, I start to find out, like, hey, none of your core muscles are even working. You are throwing all arm. Nothing's connected. Lefty being, that connection between the right leg and the left arm, it wasn't there. And, hopefully they can get to the bottom of it, though. But yeah, I'm less concerned than maybe I was early last week. That's for sure. I think that workout and his press conference made me feel a little bit better about it for sure.
It's another aspect by which the graphic of you as the bare-knuckled fighter was inaccurate. There was no 10.
That's right. That's right.
To add that.
Yeah.
And it's easy for us to say because we're not there in the press conference, and I still think a press conference is a horribly inefficient and ineffective way to get information because it's one after another instead of an interview where you can go back and forth and follow up. I would like somebody just to say to him, show us where it hurts. Like, where is the pain? And is it 1 to 10? Almost like a doctor would do.
Yeah.
Because he's got a rap on it.
Right.
And we're talking about it. Like, give us an idea of what it feels like. I still can tell you exactly what my elbow would feel like if I was at the baseball field as a kid and just throwing the ball too much and you're walking home. I know exactly where it hurt.
Yeah.
Even now.
I think it's that
how
spot.
It felt.
Right.
But I'd like to have him explain that.
Right. No, I hear you. Yeah, you're right. It would be nice to have a little bit of a visual. I would imagine, 9 times out of 10, it is that spot you're talking about, the inside of the elbow right there where everything hinges on all the time, right? And him with an incredibly flexible arm, which makes him the ability to make the throws that he does there. They had the feet, at 9 and 3 on the clock, and then be able to throw a 50-yard bomb down the middle is what made him Matt Stafford and throwing bombs to Calvin Johnson, whoever else through the career. It is. He relies on that flexibility, pliability of the shoulder and elbow joint to make him, a flamethrower that way. And I'm sure it's annoying the hell out of him. But, again, we saw some clips that were encouraging, and at least it sounds like they're on the right track here. So hopefully, but we heard that in the spring, so I'm not ready to totally latch onto that yet.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.